There's a bit of European pedigree in the squad, none to match you. I know you'll be modest, but first off, when you went to Forest, it'd been 10 years since they'd won back-to-back European Cups, but the club was still steeped in it. What was your impression when you went there?
Well, it was learning at the cold face for me. I'd come out of Everton as an 18-year-old. I'd got into 2 years kind of non-league. You know, you watch it, I think Forest at the time were third in the Premier League, but first division then, Premier League. And it was, you know, you're going into a dressing room with your Stuart Pearces, your Des Walkers, your Gary Parker, Steve Hodge, Neil Webb. You know, these kind of players that you kind of looked at from afar and seen on TV. And they were good lads. They welcomed me in, but it was a real steep learning curve. And as I said, having to learn at the cold face in a real tough environment.
But the culture of the club and the history of the club, Europe, as I say, even though it was a decade earlier, it must still be massive, was it? Because Brian Clough was still the manager.
Yeah, absolutely, and most of the fans could still remember when they were champions of Europe. And I think it's a proud moment, it was for me, when you put on that Forest shirt and you've got 2 stars above your badge, which, you know, obviously signifies a, you know, Champions League, you know, winners. You know, that, and the club, still, the history's still there.
But you had a taste of yourself, UEFA Cup, a quarter-finalist under Frank Clark, who had the link back to the European side.
Yeah, Frank
what
Clark
was that run like?
He did terrific, Frank. I think we got promoted and then finished third in the Premier League. The next year we went up. That was partly down to Stan Collymore. We had a solid group of people.
Was that 94, 95, I think?
Yeah, Stan Collymore that year was unplayable.
Yeah.
You know, what a player. What a player. Should have gone on and been England number 9 for years and years and years. But yeah, finishing third, and then the next year, straight into the UEFA Cup, finishing third, which was straight into knockouts. There was no prelims, no qualifiers, but you knew it was, I think the first game was home and away Malmo. So, you know, I remember flying back, we played at Malmo first, we got beat 2-1. I scored, actually. You were going to mention that, weren't you? And I was thinking, flying back, I think, I really want more of this. Because it was it's so out the norm for your kind of your Monday to Friday. It was just different. I want more of this, but it was so cutthroat. If you don't win the game or win the tie, it's all over. That whole season's work, it's done on that one day. But we were fortunate enough. We got obviously Malmo. We went to Lyon, went to Auxerre, and then got the quarter final against Bayern Munich, which was, you know, amazing to go to the Olympic Stadium and play against some of the players that they had out at the time.